Hello my dear fashion enthusiasts. Today I'm taking you to the heart of the Ferragamo Fall-Winter 2026 show, presented during Milan Fashion Week. From the very first moments, a hushed, almost intimate atmosphere settles in, framed by heavy curtains that close the space like a cocoon. It truly feels like stepping into a world apart, something almost confidential. I found this staging particularly compelling, as it creates an immediate closeness with the silhouettes, as if each look is revealed with a sense of restraint. Very quickly, the collection reveals a new level of maturity in the work of Maximilian Davis. If you followed his previous seasons, you'll likely feel this shift. Everything here feels more grounded, more controlled. The opening coats set the tone, navy cashmere peacoats that appear classic at first glance, yet reveal ivory silk linings in motion. It's a subtle, almost hidden detail that only comes alive as the garment moves, and that's exactly what makes it so interesting. As the show unfolds, volumes begin to expand, sometimes slightly exaggerated, but always under control. This sense of precision prevents any heaviness. Knitwear inspired by traditional sailor sweaters, with more relaxed open collars, softens the structure and brings a more natural ease to the silhouette. It's this contrast that gives the collection its depth. Maritime references gradually emerge, without ever becoming literal. You'll notice satin blouses featuring vertical lacing that structures the body with precision. On organza sets or navy satin dresses, this line becomes almost architectural, acting as a strong visual axis. I found this moment particularly striking, as it transforms a functional detail into a true aesthetic language. In continuity, some wool and leather pieces are constructed from modular panels fastened with buttons, giving the garments an almost industrial edge while maintaining elegance. There's a clear reflection on construction here, as if the garment itself becomes a moving object. As the show progresses, a shift toward fluidity begins to take shape. Gold lame dresses introduce freer movement, with sculpted volumes that remain controlled. The light catches the fabric without ever becoming too dramatic. Jacquards in muted violet tones subtly enrich the palette. If you pay attention to these transitions, you'll notice how everything unfolds gradually, without any abrupt breaks. A more utilitarian moment follows, with garment-dyed gabardine and nylon pieces, accented with Gancini details. This section may feel more understated visually, but it brings rhythm to the show and grounds the collection in something more tangible. Personally, I find that this contrast strengthens the overall balance. Then, little by little, everything becomes lighter. Pleated georgette dresses, cut to mid-calf length, introduce a more airy fluidity. Their movement echoes the curtains of the set, creating a subtle dialogue between the garments and the space. It's a beautifully controlled transition, almost quiet, that naturally leads toward the end of the show. The shoes, as always at Ferragamo, play a central role. You'll notice sculptural wedge heels with wave-like forms, as well as pumps adorned with crystal details. These designs continue the house's heritage while offering a refined contemporary perspective. It's an approach that feels balanced, never forcing innovation. In the end, what stands out most is the coherence of the collection. The volumes are precise, the materials are rich, and the references are integrated with subtlety. Some silhouettes may feel more understated, but this contributes to a refined sense of restraint that runs throughout the show. And perhaps that very restraint is what makes the collection so compelling to observe in detail. I'll now let you fully enjoy the show, enjoy the viewing, and feel free to share your thoughts in the comments about this Ferragamo collection. Thank you for being here, take care, and keep exploring fashion with passion. Goodbye.
the world.